leave this again as a question to the Ministry of Education, to the mother of my children. You know, we always have a little debate, my wife, because, you know, as Captain Tony knows. So I'm asking her, you know, what do she have for the extension of Chilean? Because Chilean steward, I will always be born in a male physical body, CHII. What do you have? Right. All of you was young and can't remember when he was 20 and he loved the man so much, he didn't have a ball spot, he didn't have nothing. I was pretty. Big child. Somebody come and give you an idea of more money and you never forget, remember. So that is not going to happen to my children, because a lot of you are going to sit right there now because of the comforts of the system, but you are working and nothing is said, and you are not going, you're not going to even ask the questions what I ask. But one day you are going to be 60 years and you are going to ask, you are going to make up a great part of the population, especially women in these places, but they will do it, and they don't want to do this. Remember, there was a system that was created with paper money and a figure that you lived a lifestyle and it did nothing for the males. And then you start to get an idea as a receiver from another current source. That is my house. So again, all of you, what do you have? Look at your little children on the side of you. Look at them like that. And think in 20 years, if you're 40, like me, you'll be 60. And if you're 30 years, you'll be 50, and your children will be 22, 23. And I want you to think about that on the island of Trinidad, islands of Trinidad and Tobago, for the English understanding people who understand English. That's a question that you could ask, because you have a history, I can, you know. Right? Have a nice day, folks. And as I tell people, for some of you young people, I can see myself in you when I was that age, but no way at that age could I have seen myself how I am now. So I know a lot of things that you are going through in your head in the English language that is channeled to you from another person, maybe like me. But what can I do? I leave an idea for my children. Think about it. 20 years from now, and you might turn and say, what kind of thing? But would you do what you are doing for the greater good? Would you go out there and work if you had the skill like me and do it just to keep the ideology going? I think some of you all should, because that's why you was given the ideology of the English language. If it wasn't on a print, you would have been in trouble, because a lot of you understand it and keep it for yourself. Things are how to do things. And I think you should change that in all the ministries in the island and try to figure it out and write it in handwriting. Otherwise, you would have made no sense. In all the ministries, all the government, and you couldn't write and create for your grandchildren, then you would come and you would be someone that made no sense in the English language, because you learned it from a book. And then when you are here outside as a thought process, when you're supposed to pass it to the nation's children for the greater good, you are doing it for the greater greed. I will never be documented as that. Even if I am not in this physical body, I will always do things for the greater good. Chilean, past and part. This is how your father survived. This is how you bought the $800 shoes and all those, whatever, you know. And you're only 13 years, right? But nothing is wrong with that. So you know you have to come here and work to get whatever you want. And always make sure, keep a good shoes in your foot. And, you know, make sure you also have food and see what your child, past and part. That is to my son, even when I'm not here. I am here as a current occupier. Even when I'm not in this physical body, taught, son,